Hi, my name is Sean Clark. I'm supposed to write an informative speech, and I couldn't really think of what to do, so I might as well do something that I'm really good at and really know how to do, which is play competitive Pokemon. Which is kind of a really niche skill to have, but hey, I used to be a competitive Pokemon player, so I'm here to teach you all about how to breed and optimize your Pokemon. So, first things first, knowing that catching every Pokemon has a gender, male and female, and you can breed that Pokemon in. Okay, so Pokemon, you can always just catch Pokemon in the wild. There are two genders, male and female. However, caught wild Pokemon will have completely random stats, and those are called IVs, or individual values, where every stat of a Pokemon can have a range from 1 to 31. And your goal in the competitive Pokemon scene is to get to 31 as quickly as possible. The only way to do that is to breed your Pokemon and then catch them, and then hatch their eggs when they spawn. So, how do you do that? Well, in most Pokemon games, there is a daycare, and you can send two Pokemon that share what's called an egg group. In order to find that egg group, I think the game tells you in the Pokedex to find that egg group. Then you're gonna walk around a bit. You're gonna wait. You're gonna walk around a bit until the daycare dude says, "Hey, I have an egg for you. Do you want it?" You take it, and you walk around some more, and you hatch it, and you go on to I don't know, some third-party website that tracks your IVs because they don't tell you in game, because why would they? And you're gonna see if it's greater or less than the Pokemon that you bred. Now, that would be annoying, but there is an item that lets you keep IV stats, and that's the Destiny Knot. The Destiny Knot lets you keep the highest IVs from your Pokemon so that you can safely breed up instead of just breeding randomly and hopefully getting a perfect Pokemon. Now, in casual play, this is completely optional, completely useless. You don't need to do it. Just play the game, whatever. But if you want to get into competitive, it's a time-consuming process. And that's not even counting shinies, which are different colored Pokemon that have a rare chance to exist, and amongst other Pokemon. Then, yeah, you breed them. There's also nature. Nature's increase or decrease a stats gained by 10%. And each nature increase or decrease is a different stat. And there are, I think, 36 natures, because there's 6 stats, so 6 by 6 is 36. And then there's 6 neutral stats or neutral natures that don't do anything. You can use an Everstone to give your baby Pokemon a nature from either parent. I think the parent is holding the Everstone. So yeah, competitive Pokemon's all about going through, selecting the Pokemon you want to play, finding a male version, or finding a Ditto. A Ditto will transform into the perfect partner, and then breed until you get an egg, and then you breed more, and then you breed more, and then hopefully you get something good. And that's the basics of it. And then in order to level up, you don't want to do that randomly, because there's something called EVs, which are effort values. Now those are from 1 to 252, with a maximum total of 550 per Pokemon. So you can have 252, and then 4 left over for another stat. Though every 4 EVs increases a stat by 1, which is a lot. I'm explaining a lot. It's okay. Take a deep breath. Just know that just focus on breeding, and once you get that perfect Pokemon, then you're gonna want to either give it a bunch of items like a protein Carbos, those items that the game doesn't tell you about, in order to increase their EVs to the point where you can play competitively, or fight a bunch of Pokemon that give EVs, because fighting Pokemon gives EVs. They give 1 to 2 per stat. This is how it works in most games. I know newer games have easier catching. I think they have EV mini games that you can play to increase your Pokemon's EV. So competitive Pokemon. Really good, really time consuming. It was a really time consuming process. But yeah, that's how you make a Pokemon. You find something you like. Let's say you find a Rattata you like. Then you find its male and female version. You give one of them a Destiny Nugget, and then you breed until you get a nature you like, and then you give that one Everstone, and then you breed some more, and then you wait patiently as you walk around in a circle for like 10 hours. God. Yeah, so that's how you play competitive. In terms of what Pokemon you pick competitively, that's game to game, that's preference, that's all up to you. There's no real right answer. There never is, really, in these kinds of scenes. It's just whatever you like. I guess pick a Pokemon and then go from there. But yeah, this is how you do it. Thanks for watching.